too much going on up here. Lots of tiny shells like we've been seeing all week.
The night sky amazes us, and tales of wonder and fear are told around the campfire. From a shelling perspective, we are always told that shelling is best around a full moon. However, is this always the case? We look it up, we ask in groups, and now, here's a first-hand account.
So you can see there is high surf today, very few shells. So we're gonna walk and look through the remnant rack line. All right, so I turned my back to the water, get a different angle. That's a little bittersweet. Here's a little, look at that. I can't tell. Better bring it a little closer. It's a little jingle. That was pretty cool. All right, let me reach in my shell pocket and see what we found today. So that's a pretty good handful, especially considering how rough the shelling conditions are. Lots of scallops, got that pretty cool wedding shell. Bittersweets, I don't know where that flat is. Some jingles. Just by taking our time, being persistent, there one fell. We got a nice handful of shells. So similar to yesterday, what you're going to notice is the beach doesn't have too many shells, and we have a pretty good angle on the wet part. So close. So if you're out here walking for an extended period, it's going to do a number on your knees. So everyone asks, or it's been told, always go shelling around a full moon. So this week we are going to answer, how is the shelling around a full moon? Is that the best time to go? We're on day 2. Let's keep walking. Let's see what we can find. There's a lucine. Nice looking bittersweet. And slipper snail. Good morning, everybody. Day 3 of full moon shelling. Is it hype? Well, let's check it out. So I can already tell, well, there you go. That is our first lightning walk of the 3 days. Today is the actual full moon day. And you can see, not much going on. So you can see, even in the surf, there aren't any shells. The wind is from the east, and we have red flags generally on east wind days, and red flag days, regardless of the moon, shelling's pretty poor. So you can see a lot of factors come into play when you're shelling. First calico clam of the day. Just because you have a full moon doesn't mean you're going to fill up your shell bags. Of course, it's always a nice day to be walking on the beach. So if you walk far enough, you'll find some shells. Here's a bittersweet. A teeny tiny one. Kind of like what we've been finding the last 3 days. Good morning, everybody. This is day 4 of shelling under the October harvest moon, and we are questioning whether or not the shelling conditions improve under a full moon. So let's go for a walk and see what we can find. So as you can see, this is the low rack line, and while it's an Imperial Venus, Calico Scallop, and while there are some shells here, it's not too impressive. Another nice scallop. I will say though, the one thing that's pretty exciting, the angle of the beach is gone. It's a lot easier walking today. There's another scallop. You know, not a lot going on. That's pretty small. Oh, now this is a surprise. It's not too often we find turkey wings. Something white up here. Nice scallop. Well, let's walk a little higher up and see what the overnight rack line looks like. Well, not too much going on up here. Lots of tiny shells like we've been seeing all week. Just concentrating here. That was a little bittersweet. If you walk too fast, you'll surely miss something. Alright, let's go a little bit further down the beach and see what we can find. Okay, back down by the water, and oh, nice! Oh man, beautiful! Oh, gotta bring that one up to the spectacles. Nice. Alright, let's check the water. Alright, so I am thinking I'm going to make a prediction here. Tomorrow will be our day. Look at, there are some shells there in the water, and I think, let's look back up here on the beach, because we don't have that angle to the beach, I think we're going to have some shells on the beach tomorrow. Good morning, everybody. Hope you're ready to go for a walk. It's day 5. And we are seeing how much effect does the moon have on shelling. Let's get after it. So as I said the other day, I was predicting today would be the day to find something. The surf is calming down, and it's a little bit lower. And guess what? We're finding shells. Here we have an egg cockle. It's pretty overcast, folks. I don't know if we're going to have a storm or what. So let's try and find some shells before it starts pouring on us. After all that work this week, it's definitely nice to be walking a rack line. Scallop. Oh, it's fog too. Alright, so I'm going to turn around and just check and see. Oh, so close. We put that one in the garden. Walk back through the area and just checked. Nice scallop. Here, I thought that was a storm. It's kind of odd that it's foggy like this.
Who let that dog out?
So how was that for 5 days of hardcore shelling? A lot of people, when you ask when is the best time to go shelling, will always say the full moon. Well, there are a lot of other factors that come into play. Other factors such as recent wind events, current wind direction, wave height and strength. All these play into whether or not the beach will have shells. So as we have adventures across the state, and we learn about all the different shells, where they're found, and all the factors that go into shelling, just remember, every day is different. While the shells may be in one spot one day, they're probably gone the next day. Thank you all for stopping by, and I'll be seeing you all back on the beach. Y'all take care.